And welcome back. We're picking where we left off last time in the Long Dark, where it sounds a bit windy, which is maybe not good for what we're about to do, which is try to pass into the Sundered Pass. Do a little bit of inventory triage here before we head out. Okay. Got more water on me than I probably need, but that'll be fine. So yeah, it sounds windy. It probably is, to be fair. Question is that going to be enough to stop me from heading out? I think the answer is no. We'll probably end up taking a little bit of damage on the way in, but... Actually, before I head in, let's look at what we're going to do. So, we're on tail number 3, the last horizon. We have completed the first step, which is reach the weather station and search the area using the handheld shortwave. The next one is, okay, I think it technically gave me a Polaroid, which shows me a location, but go find and enter the Foreman's Refuge in Sundered Pass. I may not need to use the handheld shortwave when we get there, in which case we could progress that simply by getting there. But that is what we're going for next. So now that I've pointed that out in the warm spot, I'm going to go brave the cold to get to the next objective, next location. Sadly, this is probably... Well, this is probably the best weather for the time of day. This is just a bad time of day to be setting out. Okay, wander over to the second road, and then we follow the second road to the climb. And yeah, the horrible problem about this weather is there isn't really good places to warm up between where we are and where we're going. That doesn't require using a bunch of fuel, sadly, in this weather. Hopefully once we're done with the climb, we'll get a good wind shelter place, and maybe I can get warm with a single piece of coal. I'm resisting the urge to sprint right now because we do have a climb coming up. I don't want to run through too much fatigue. It would be very easy to just burn through all our fatigue before we even get into Sundered Pass. I think the cabin that we're heading to is actually going to be a perfect place to use as a base camp in Sundered Pass. So as long as we get there, and it does turn out to be a decent place to use as a base camp, that will probably end up being our base camp. Where we try to stockpile things like fuel and water, food. So you can see the collapsed tunnel. I think from a storytelling perspective, the collapsed tunnel is the where it would be the normal way if the tunnel wasn't collapsed to get to where we're going. Obviously it's a collapsed tunnel, so we can't go that way. Instead we have to take this detour and take this climb here. And then there's sort of this very winding pass just to get to the area that is the Sundered Pass, which is also a windy pass area. Okay, I believe from here on out, there aren't any climbs like that, so I'm not too worried about burning more fatigue. Trying to get through here quickly to avoid, well, not necessarily to avoid taking damage, because I'm just accepting right now that we are taking damage, but to minimize the amount of damage we're taking. I would like to get past this pass area fairly quickly. As you can see right now, I don't think we've got wind shelter where we are. And there's a little bit of risk stopping start a fire if we don't have wind shelter. No, apparently we got a little bit of wind shelter here. How absolutely cold are we? Minus 33. I don't want to stop at minus 33. This probably doesn't look flat enough. Okay, so if we can find good wind shelter, are technically only minus 18, which would be a place where we could get warm with a stick and a piece of coal. Yeah, I'm going to work on trying to get quick travel through here rather than focusing on trying to warm up. And I have a little bit of condition to burn that we could probably accept burning. Because we definitely spent a lot of fatigue climbing in here, so once we get to that cabin, that'd be a decent probably place to try to set up both food and fuel. And a nice, after we got that set up, a nice long 10-hour snooze would be a decent way to get back at least a little bit of damage we're taking right now. Though it won't be long, and this will be turning into a lot of damage. So at some point I may need to still stop, even though I don't want to warm up. No, actually got through the transfer pass quicker than I was expecting. It's probably a little sprinting, to be fair. So now we're in the sundered pass. The area we want is in the forest down below us. Last time we went up that way. That wasn't the... Well, for what we were trying to do, that wasn't the worst choice. It just wasn't a particularly great choice. So yeah, I'm mostly going to probably just sprint to the cabin. We can warm up in the cabin when we get there. And then we'll pop out. Probably to look for things to hunt, gather fuel-wise. Though, as I come across things like sticks, we'll pick them up. We don't have to do any climbs any immediate time soon, I believe. So it's finding a little overweight here.
This pack is getting kind of heavy.
Fuel. This area down here will have normal wolves, unlike the area we ran into timber wolves up in the upper pass area. I think think that was the chimney I just saw for the building
Like
we're
I
going
survived another night.
for. Yeah, that's the chimney. That's where we're going. We should have the key, so it should just be simple as getting to the door and unlocking the door. Last lonely house. Cabin, sundered pass. Okay. How big is this place? Double door. Ah, that's where the key goes. The key goes in that portion. So I could technically get in here before we had the key. Some film. Don't need the film. Oop, granola bar. Throw in. Oh, that's a start. Okay, I'm gonna pass time just to warm us up. Maybe also get the visibility change, and that did change it a little bit.
I might have to drop
Okay,
some
that
gear.
unlocked the area with the bed. Table we can disassemble it, which we're not going to do. Safe. Foreman's readings. Door for the moment. See, find the door. No. So I think the foreman reading is what we are here for.
I think I can use this.
If it was much earlier in the game, that would be useful, yeah. Okay, let's grab the foreman's log.
Rudiger's here somewhere. The chief's logbook said as much. I'll keep looking. There's a settlement nearby I need to check out. I'm gonna try to keep a record of all this as long as I'm able. Photos, whenever I can. These notes. If I make it back, I'll need something to show for how this all went to shit. They will want to know. But I keep losing things. Leaving them behind. Can't hold it together.
We've been there before. Okay. That's up where the Timberwolves are. Foreman signal log 2. Use the Polaroid handheld shortwave to locate Rudiger's hideout in the Sundered Pass. Okay, so that's where I think it is. That was here. That's telling me I need the Aurora to do that. Fun. In the not fun way. Okay. Well, let's open safe. Okay, that was like 44. $45. Okay.
Could end up being useful.
Well, we didn't need that. Found Foreman's Polaroid 2. We found some cash that we're obviously not taking with us. Scarf down the food that we have right now. Well, the prepared food that we have right now. take a moment to create that birch bark. And yeah, I think if the weather is decent, we're gonna go out hunting. This is definitely, especially if that door opens and we now have a bed in here, this is a decent place to use as a base for the lower area here. And this is the area where we're going to run into deer and regular wolves. That makes it far more tolerable. Oh, we've even got a fire barrel back here.
Never would have thought to look here.
So if I need to do some crafting table work, we can have the fire barrel going and craft the crafting table while outside.
Wonder if I can drop any of this gear.
A naturally occurring deer carcass. I like to make them rather than use the existing ones. That looks like a deer. Try to bring that deer down. I think I saw a deer. I think it wasn't much far off. Well, I'm gonna have to get closer to it because I'm not a great long-range shot. That missed shot is gonna chase the deer off pretty quickly. There it is. It saw me before I saw it, which isn't the best.
Can't feel my hands.
There we go. Sometimes slow and steady wins the race. The weather has improved. I don't think it doesn't look sunny. I was about to say it doesn't look sunny after start a fire, but I'm wrong, and it is. Now the moment of truth. Is it warm enough that we can do this with just a bunch of sticks?
It worked.
It's 12. I can work with a 13 stick fire. That should be enough. While we're doing the harvesting, we'll make water. So 42 minutes to harvest all the meat. Or, yeah, 42 minutes to harvest all the meat. Just get all the meat off of it. And the fire's only just warm enough, so I'm not expecting to get really warm, but this is really just to stave off taking more damage.
Too much stuff to carry.
Minutes on those. Not enough time to get the light off. Okay. Oops. I suppose that's the one drawback of having pots on the stove. Oh, okay. Didn't hear the bloop from putting the second one down. So for a while I was like, wait, where's the second one? Okay. I wonder. If I go hands, what's the time on you? 28? I'll save the tool durability. We'll do it the slow way with the guts, because we're cooking right now. I'm on board with being a little bit less time efficient to get these off if I'm already going to be stuck here cooking. Oh, there's my arrow. Don't leave the arrow behind. That's the big one. That's the big one. There we go.
I need to drop something.
And then once again, we'll use the hands to get this gut off. Again, not time efficient, but weird cooking. So I don't need it to be time efficient. I just need the weather to hold for 28 minutes. Okay, visibility went down. So I may have a fun time trying to get back to the house, but... "22 minutes, and this should be a partial one. 9. Okay. 9's actually just about ideal for us to break this thing up for sticks.
Cold is making my head feel thick.
Scarf that down. Nothing left on the deer. So if it was warm enough, it's not. Get the sticks off those branches. I'll basically pull back here. 10 minutes is quite a lot of time. At the same time, it's not a lot of time. How much is it to cook? 17. Sure. Carve up and get some oil here. I don't need the oil, but... I can make the oil, which is its own level of reward. Okay. I got enough time on this fire that we can go ahead and make plenty of water.
Feels like something is sapping my energy.
That's called being tired, my friend. Been there. Done that. It's not always nice. Okay. We're gonna attract wolves, but I don't think there's gonna be any timber wolves down here. So we'll just be able to slow walk back to the building. And we are too heavy to sprint. Apparently it has warmed up enough that I could probably just start a fire if we get too cold. Warm up that way. And or I can leave oil or water behind. I think we'll take it with us and we'll leave it behind at our cabin down here. And again, I think I will take advantage of the good weather, quote-unquote good weather. And probably delay sleeping just a little bit. We could sleep for 10 hours, but I suppose the big advantage of sleeping for 10 hours would be we'd recover. But we've already kind of been told that we need to have an aurora when we're in a place with timber wolves. Which, that's already a bad combo. Let's be fair, that's already a bad combo. So that's making me think I probably want to get there before the aurora.
Need to find some place to escape this.
And try to kill the timber wolves, which... it's doable, it's just not something that's going to be casually friendly. So I'm not going to rush up the place to do that, because I'm pretty sure I know where that was. So for the moment, I'm thinking I'm going to try to sleep through the night, which means I want to wait for it to be, you know, closer to night. Quite a bit of nice fuel down here. I think we're going the right way, because I remember there being a carcass nearby where we want to go. And the crows for that carcass is found to be in our frontal cone here. And yes, I am actively making myself slower as I'm going by picking up sticks.
Wait. I'm so cold, I'm warming up again.
Which does mean I'm going to be taking a little bit of unnecessary damage here, but... Oh, another dude. I think what I'll do is I'll drop all the stuff we don't need. I'm going to sleep an hour. Because I don't want to take the long rest yet, because the weather is good. But at the same time, we need to warm up, and it's going to take some time to warm up. Just going to assume it takes like about an hour. And sleeping isn't the worst way. Though I suppose with the weather as it is, I am going to be throwing away the fire if I do that.
I'm gonna have to leave something behind.
But I have enough matches. I can be. Don't need to be conservative with fuel or with ignition. It's 2 guts, not just 1 gut. Yeah, that's what I'm gonna do. I'm gonna sleep for an hour. Get our warmth back. Thought something looked like a sock for a moment. Oh, and I don't need both of the oils. I'm actually gonna drop the heavier one here. Because the lighter one is still enough for like 5 things, so. Okay, we're still a little bit heavy with fuel, but that's fine, I think. Okay. Decent warmth, decent fatigue. We're not going anywhere with decent fatigue. Okay, fog's bad, so we'll have to burn a match to get more fire if we want more fire. Okay. I was fairly certain I'd left the travois behind, but I was thinking, oh, for what I'm doing right now, the travois would be real nice. So I decided it would be a good opportunity to check. Wouldn't necessarily be the end of the world if I shot a wolf instead of a deer for the next one. Give me some more variety in my repair gear. I'm gonna slip back into our nice place to stay. I'm gonna drop some weight. So I don't need to technically step into it to do that, but drop some weight, mainly in the form of leaving the spare coal behind. I'm gonna want to go up to deal with the timber wolves. But I don't need it right now. I definitely don't want to use it right now. That's where the deer got off to. Here we go. A little bit faster. Oh, bunny. I might actually want to kill one of those as well. Just get some quite usable repair gear in the area. Ah, missed. I moved at the last minute. Granted, my aim wasn't very good either, but... Well, I hit the deer. Didn't kill the deer, just hit the deer. Oops. I'll go stalk the deer down in a moment. I'm gonna get the rabbit instead while we're waiting. I'll rabbit. Oops. That went long.
Can't feel my feet.
I'm just throwing it at this moment. Okay. Again, I'm gonna go chase the deer down in a bit. The rabbit first. Now that we know the deer has been hit and is dying, I'm not in a rush to find it, because I'm gonna resist the urge to try to kill confirm the deer. Arrows, I think, have a 100% chance to bleed. Apparently, I'm used to. Well, I'm about to say I'm not used to throwing. Well, I'm not used to throwing at this point. I've been too aggressive at hunting with bear, and I don't have practice hunting the tiny things anymore. Mainly after this rabbit, for the fact the rabbit is
freezing.
A rabbit hide. Not because I'm interested in it for its meat value. which is usually what I'm hunting things for. To be fair, the fact that we have a rabbit here means I could probably put rabbit snares up here. There we go.
I might have to drop some gear.
Okay. Set that rabbit carcass up. Fix the fire. Now we go stalk the deer a bit. Actually, I wonder, do we have enough light to start a fire? Magnifying lens, I do. Give myself a little bit more energy. I think I'm gonna cook and drink a coffee here.
Come
That'll
on.
give us a little bit of warmth so we also stop taking damage.
Fire's life out here.
Okay. Off in pursuit of that deer. Went running off this way. I know it's not that one. That was the naturally occurring one from earlier. Oh, we have a convenient blood trail to follow. This probably means the deer is still alive. I may be wrong with that. May just mean it hasn't snowed since the deer has been shot. Not so sure how studious the game is at tracking the footprints on alive versus dead game animals. I think this is still the same pack of... Not seeing any blood next to it. We do have a batch of crows over it. So we'll crest the ridge here and see. Those are the crows we're looking for. Seem to be basically dead ahead, so... This is in fact it. That would be convenient. Yes, it is them. Is the one I'm looking for. I can tell, because there's an arrow. Okay. So we feel negative 16 next to deer, so 17 in the fire goes. In fact, I'll put 18 in the fire. So we should be 2 degrees warm here next to the deer. 42-ish minutes to... Oh, there's the... No, that's the campfire. No. Yeah, inconvenient location for the deer, but that's fine. We'll get all the meat off the deer. All the water cooks.
I'm not sure I can carry much more.
32 minutes, 32 minutes. I'm taking the hide off. I might not bother
It's gonna get a lot colder soon.
to try to drag this pile of meat back today. Might wait until the morning. Because we don't really got the fatigue to handle the level of weight for the carry. I may just focus on taking the craftables back instead. Okay, so that's going to be everything off the deer, so at least we're not wasting anything. I probably don't need the guts anyway. Oh, I think one of those is really small. We'll probably eat the really small one. Yeah, 3 minutes. As soon as it's in cooking. I think we get a half a liter cooked in the
I'm
other
so
time.
tired.
Yeah.
I could just lay down right here.
Big rubber pots. I'm gonna leave the meat here. We're just gonna take the crafting stuff back so we can get it curing. May even leave some of the torches here. No, I'll take the torches with us. Had to put a lot of fuel in this fire to
Wonder if I can
it
drop
warm
any of
enough.
this gear.
So we're gonna be taking it mostly as tortos. Oop. Hello Twitch chat. How's the run going? The run's going pretty well. We're back out in the far territories. We just completed the second step in tail number 2, or in tail number 3. Second step in tail number 3. I'm actually better go back to the bed that was unlocked from that step. Probably to give the character a good 10-hour snooze. The guts back here. Leave the meat here because we're not super desperate for that meat. Oof. Died on day 994. I haven't had a run go that long. This is the longest run that I've had. And it's on Interloper, so that's maybe saying something. The previous longest run was on Stalker. That run technically isn't over, I suppose. I can pick it up. I didn't die in that run yet, but that one is still technically going. But that one wasn't being streamed, so. When we get back to the indoor area, I'll flash up how many days this run's been. Oof, yeah, if you were going for the 1,000 days, just to die at day 994 would be real bad. I can feel your understanding there. Obviously I haven't lived that long, but what was it? I think it was one of the achievements is to go 50 days. What is it? 50 days with using no hunted stuff, or I forget what the achievement was. But I was doing that on Interloper, which was making it reasonably hard as well. And obviously I died a couple times, like 45, 46 days, so I know the feeling. It's not going to be as bad as going out for the 1,000 and dying 6 days out, but I get an idea of what you're feeling, even if it's not to the same degree. Yeah, taking a little bit more damage here than I would like, because I'm taking both cold and fatigue. But we are about to sleep for 10 hours, which should get a bunch of condition back. Oh, a second bunny. Well, we're not going to engage with the second bunny. Only to engage with the first one. Oh, well, in some ways, Stalker is harder. Stalker, you've got a lot more wolves. So don't count it out as though it was only on Stalker. It's still I can still imagine that to be fairly painful.
This pack is getting kind of heavy.
Drop the guts. We'll drop the rabbit as well, but that'll be fine. Rabbit's not going to decay during the night. We'll use the lantern just to figure out where the bed is. There's the bed. Okay. So this run has been going for 319 days in the daily log. For the stats are saying we're 318. So 318 full days on Interloper. And that's going to be much better from a fatigue position for the rest of the day. I'm gonna pop out, eat some of my deer meat while we're dehydrated, so we don't need extra water to replenish the dehydration that meat gives you.
Mouth so dry. Too heavy.
Okay, and let's quickly process this rabbit. You know, I'll spend... Well, I'm going to use the knife on the meat. Oops, I forgot to drink the water. So I'm taking a little bit of condition while we're waiting for this. Quickly get that water drunk. You're saying you're not a fan of Sundered Pass? I'm actually a little bit of a fan of this lower area, but yeah, the bit up with the Timberwolves is pretty terrible. Do not recommend going up there. And yeah, I think I have to go up there for the next step in the tail, so I'm gonna have to go back up there again. But yeah, Timberwolves, especially on Interloper, Timberwolves are. Though that might be because I'm just very bad at archery shooting them. They're a lot easier to handle with the revolver and the aim assist. Okay, so this is uncooked, but go ahead and drop it there for the moment. Looking at the part for YouTube, we're coming up on, well, coming up 50 minutes, so I should probably put the part break in for YouTube, so we're going to use a save point as a good place to do that. If you're watching on YouTube, we'll have another part up tomorrow. If you're watching on Twitch, I'll be right back. I'm going to take a quick dash over to the bathroom, and I'll be right back after that. So until the next part, wish you all the best of luck and a good time. Catch you all in the next part, and bye for now.